Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and I'm here today to do a review for Braxton Family Values. So, this is the episode that came on Thursday, August 27th. All right, so we start off with the sisters' dinner, and I really love how they get together and have these dinners all the time. I don't know if it's all for camera, but considering, they're all in 3 states, so whether it's for the camera or not, it's really good that they get to just all come together from time to time, despite where they all are in their lives. So the dinner was good. It looks like all the sisters were there. And basically, this is the night after Trina's bar chicks kind of debut blow up thing. So she's kind of just meeting with the sisters to get their opinion and just to see where everything is. So she's waiting on a few permits and she's waiting for a call from Jason. This is Trina waiting on a call from Jason just to see. So she's kind of hanging with her sisters and she's kind of getting their opinion on things. So almost everybody thinks that, the guy Michael is way too much, but like Trina and actually Tawanda pointed out, because they're the only two that actually know him before that day, that although he did do a blow up, otherwise he's really professional and his drinks are great. So basically, it seems like they are going to decide, or ultimately Trina, that is going to decide if she's going to keep Michael or not after he blew up. And she explains that, wherever he's from, touching and grasping is really common. So maybe, it was a mistake. But if he does get hired, they'll just have to let him know, like in America, you can't do all of that. And really, I know he know better. You a grown man. It don't matter where you from. If I go to a different country, I ain't about to just start doing stuff, to people I don't know. So that boy know. He probably wanted a free grab, or maybe he thought it would be cool. Cause hey, wasn't Tawanda twerking with him just the night before last? So hey, So, and then also the lady was coming off. The manager lady was coming off weird. When you go reprimand somebody, you don't say just do it because I say. You give a reason and an explanation. Usually, I don't know how bar situations work, but even in my job, if you make a mistake, yeah, you get reprimanded, but you're also told how to fix it, what to do next time, and things of that nature. So, I could see Michael did blow up way too much, but I can understand him feeling like, you coming at me wrong. Ain't nobody gonna do that to me. So we'll see if they keep Michael or not, you guys. Another little funny part was, I guess they were eating curry or whatever. So Tony was like, I love curry. And her ex-husband name is Carrie, so the way she said it was like, oh, I love Carrie. And they was like, girl, we know you love Carrie. I really want to see what happened with them. I don't really know how long they were together. I think I may have seen some wedding pictures, but it would be interesting to know what happened with them. And on her last tour, he was the pianist, so they're obviously not fighting. And they do have children together, but of course that don't mean nothing. We know a lot of people who have children together who are always cussing and fussing at each other, but for them to be so cool, like what went wrong? Did they just grow apart? Was they never meant to be together in the first place? So I would like to know that. So she doesn't seem to ever share anything about that, but that would be interesting to know. So the next scene is Tamar at her photo shoot. So Kim Kimball is doing her hair. So, all right, Kim Kimball. We all know she has her own show, so she already has a lot of celebrity clients. But it's interesting to see her kind of being friends with Tamar and just being the one who actually comes to do her hair, for these special events. So that's cool. And she's saying that she doesn't like the black hair, but I think Tamar looks better in black hair or brown hair. Like I said before, I'm not a blonde hair person, regardless of if you're dark skin, light skin, medium. That's just never been my thing. So my vote is always brown or black hair. So maybe I shouldn't vote. But Kim tells her that the black hair looks really good, and then coincidentally, Tony walks in along with their cousin Ashley. So Ashley is their brother's Michael daughter. So Ashley is like Tony's assistant. So I think that's cool too. Although their brother isn't as involved in singing and showbiz life, the fact that his daughter is clearly interested, in the fact that Tony kind of lets her tag along. So that's cool. So that goes to show they have a pretty decent family dynamic despite, what state they're in. Because if I'm not mistaken, the brother lives in Maryland. Well, the brother does live in Maryland. So Tracy and the brother Michael still live in Maryland where they grew up at. So it's cute that Tony and Ashley came by just to say hi, and they basically move on. So the rest of the shoot, you guys, I'm like, Tamar, like, you was good at the dinner last night. You're cool while you getting dressed, but that photo shoot, y'all, all the brattiness came out in Tamar. She didn't like the outfits. It was too whorish. Like, too whorish? What are you talking about? You've been talking about pop locking and dropping it ever since before your album ever came out. So now you can't wear lingerie? And then wasn't she in lingerie in that last video, If I Don't Have You? I understand it probably was a little bit more covered, or she had the robe. But I'm like, girl, come on. Like, you're not that saved. Like, I don't know. She was just going on and on, like, all my butt is out. I'm like, who are you doing this for? Are you doing it for the cameras? Are you doing it because Vince is somewhere nearby? But Vince was showed up later, and I don't know. I could have sworn I heard Tamar say that outfit you picked out, like he picked it or something. Or maybe she was talking to the stylist. But I'm like, come on, Tamar. You making it seem like that's the worst outfit in the world. We didn't see you on a boat with like a string bikini top on. So, like, why? I don't know why she was acting like that. It was annoying. Then she tried on this other little spacesuit looking thing. And I admit that the outfit wasn't cute, but I know, like, cute to wear on a daily. But I can see very nice photos coming out from that outfit. So it's so funny because when they put the outfit on her and she tried it on, she all shucking and jiving and doing the robot, because it does look like a 10-man outfit. But then when she got to the on actual set or on camera, they were like, do a move, don't just stand there. She was like, I can't move in this. And the guy was like, well, what can you do? So she started faking the robot. And I'm like, girl, come on. This is your photo shoot for your album. Like, why are you acting stank? Like, that's how people have nice photo shoots. They wear stuff that they don't normally wear. Like, she was just acting so annoying. And she lucky her team was just cool about it. I think the photographer guy was kind of like, all right, you doing too much. But he didn't say anything. But her little stylish friend kept kind of pumping her up. And, when she had on that little spacesuit, her face was just kind of like blah. And then the camera guy was like, oh, we got it. So I don't know if, maybe he just gonna Photoshop the picture, or if maybe, she was taking pictures way longer than what we saw. Because I'm like, man, like, smile once, like, do a 1, 2, 3 or something, girl. I'm like, come on, who really cares about the outfit? Like, it's not like you're gonna wear it again. So her brattiness was just off the chain. And I'm like, oh, there you go. Maybe since you didn't get to act like a brat at the dinner last night with your sisters, now you acting like one today. But she was doing team too much on those first looks. So then the third look was this beautiful gown. And Tamar, it was more her style. So on that outfit, she was posing. Like, and I didn't get why she couldn't lay down. Like, I don't know if the dress was that heavy or, like, kind of lay down and be propped up. And even the stylist like, oh, no, she ain't going to be able to do that. Maybe because her stylist know how bratty she is already, or maybe, I don't know, maybe the corset or middle was so tight, like you couldn't bend your waist. But they wanted her to kind of lay down and be arched up, which would have looked really, really nice. But for whatever reason, she couldn't do that move, so they took the photo standing up. But she was posing. She was sexy. She was just giving face and body and life. And I just think that's because that's more her element. She is a gownish. Mariah Carey is one of her biggest inspirations. So, anything with gowns and jewels and sexiness is right up both of their alleys. So at least the last look came out really good. So I guess she'll probably use that for her album. But I'm like, come on, Tamar, you got to learn how to be flexible. You can't only wear the stuff you're comfortable in, because, you might get endorsement deals from somebody. You might get a multi-million-dollar endorsement deal and you don't like the clothes. What, you not gonna do it or pose cute? Like, you better not mess up Vincent Coins like that. He doing all this work to get you all in the game. But anyway, that's enough on Tamar. I'm definitely team Tamar, but she was acting a little bratty in the beginning of that photo shoot. All right, so the next scene was Trina and her boo Jason, you guys. So they meet up at Bar Chicks because he called the night before and let her know that the permits were not in place. So they're meeting to talk about that. And they had their first fight, you guys. Okay. And Trina was just upset. Like, look, it's not done. Look at all this stuff. Look around the place. Look a mess. Like, even if we got the permit right now, I don't see us being able to open up in like 5 days, which is true. And Jason was like, oh, you're yelling. First of all, it's not my fault. Secondly, you're all yelling and cussing and fussing, and I don't do business like that. So they ended up, she just left basically because they weren't agreeing. His feelings was a little hurt because she was talking to him kind of crazy, and he felt that it wasn't his fault, and it was just way too much. It was a common argument, but I think the issue was he expected her to talk a little bit more professionally. Number one, just because this is a professional topic, and number two, because, hey, I'm your boo. But she looking at it like, hey, I don't care if you my boo or not. Anybody who worked for me, if stuff ain't done, yeah, I'd be like, where it's at? When is it due? How long it's going to take? What about this? So they both had different perspectives. But they just agreed to just kind of move on for right now and see what happens once the permit comes through. So the next thing was a cooking class. And once again, all of the sisters went, and it looked really fun. I forgot. Tony made the salad. She claimed she could cook, but the other sisters be saying she can't cook. And Tawanda and the mother, Braxton, they made the pizza. And I forgot what else was on the menu, but it looked like a really fun class. Like, I've seen some cooking class, and it didn't seem like they had all stations like that or all utensils. So if I did go to a cooking class, I would want to do something like that. Like just a station or like a cooking class where you actually can utilize each thing at your own station. So it looked fun. And this was Tony's idea because Tony had something to ask the sisters. So she took this time to go ahead and ask them to do a Christmas album. So it's currently August. So actually they're still pretty late, but oftentimes in June and July, a lot of artists do Christmas albums. So they basically kind of have to get started within or finish the whole album within a month. And they use album a lot. And the music industry has changed so much. Like, to me, it's never clear on when they say album, do they mean a record or a song or a whole album? Because to me, an album is like tracks, like 8 or more tracks, a full album. Or did she say record? I don't know. Whatever it is, with them, they always confuse me. Because sometimes they say record and they mean a whole album. Sometimes they say record and they mean a song. So I don't know. But anyway, like they said, we've visited this topic several times. Are they going to do an album or not? Everybody's on different labels who is signed to a label. They live in 3 different states and just scheduling. Sorry, you guys. So, and I think at this point, Tony is like, look, whoever could do it, because they've been through this before. Some want to do it independent, some don't. Different record labels, different state, different schedules. So I think at this point, okay, I will admit that Tony was pulling her big sister card, making it seem like she got something great to say. No, she got the same thing to say. Let's do an album, and I'm free, and I'm ready. Who want to do it with me? And she is the main lead. Tamar is the lead now, but ultimately, this is Tony Braxton here saying, hey, I'm about to do a Christmas album. Who want to do it with me? And everybody down, pretty much except Tamar. And you know what? Honestly, Tamar, at this point, just don't either do it or don't. Like, we don't have time for this stuff no more. Trina is in the album, but she was like, oh, my label is flexible. Be like, damn, sure you right, because whoever your label is, when they hear you doing an album with Tony Braxton, they're going to be like, yeah, put our name on there or whatever. So, we'll see if they do it, you guys. And I don't think they should do a whole album, because when the last time we listened to a whole Christmas album? Well, I know I don't. I got my few songs, and that's it. I don't need to hear you do all the songs. So to me, they should just do a song or 2. But Tamar, come on. We tired, you guys. It's been seasons. Give us a song of all 5 of you guys. Like, we don't have time. Who cares? Tamar, you got enough money. Just go independent and put the money up. It's your sisters. If it flop, oh well, fine. You lost a few $1,000s. You got millions more. You're doing your own album. Make it up with those millions. Like, girl, y'all just do the song. Let us hear it. And really, I don't want no Christmas song. How about y'all do I know I was about to say, how about y'all do a tape with a song on the front and a song on the back? But how about y'all do that, though? But not on tape, fine. But on album or whatever. A regular song and then a Christmas song. And be done with it. 2 songs, you guys. You guys, came up with a song last week at the table. That could have been song A right there. So do the song, you guys, and hopefully Tony pulling her little card helps everybody get on board, because Tamar will look messed up if everybody do it but she don't. But she is busy. She do got the youngest baby. She's on TV. She's doing the album. She is busy. But come on, girl. Worst case scenario, I know you got a studio in that house. Go in the basement, sing a few who's and oohs and ahs, and then send it to them. You know, so y'all do that album. The next thing, I was gonna say that Tamar was bossing Tracy in the cooking. I forgot what they were cooking, and Tamar was like, "You better add some butter, better add some seasoning." And Tracy just like, "Oh, now you want to be the boss of me." So I don't know what it is, you guys. Obviously, clearly, I'm the oldest, so maybe I can never relate to being the youngest. But I mean, my younger sister, she not bossy though. I mean, she do get everybody in the house to do what she wants just because she's the youngest and cute. Well, we are the cutest, but young, cute, can get all the brothers and sisters to do what she want, but she's not that bratty about it. So, I don't know. It would seem like by now Tamar would know to like stop being so pushy. But at the same time, that's her and her personality. We can't ask her to censor herself forever just because other people's opinions. But the fact that she was trying to boss her big sister on how to cook something, girl. And just last week, your mama was trying to tell you something. You was like, girl, why you asking me? So be the same way to your sister. So that was a little tidbit of the cooking class. So the next thing is Trina and Tawanda. So Trina and Tawanda visited each other to just kind of talk about all they have going on. Trina and Tawanda are going to sing background for Tony in 3 weeks, and it's a lot going on. Now Tony did sprung up this Christmas album, so that means they would have to do it within the next 3 weeks. And Trina has bar chicks going on. And, she's a little late or whatever on the permit. So that means she has to get everything done in 3 weeks or it won't work, you guys. So Trina is overwhelmed, as she would say. Overwhelmed. It just seemed like on this episode, she had all the extra accent. She said overwhelmed. And it was something else she said with Jason. And he even looked at her like, what? Like, oh, because he had a present for her. I guess we'll get to that, but whatever. So I guess they're going to decide what they're going to do. They try a drink, and I've never even had a Moscow Mule. I've actually only heard about that drink a year or two ago, so I'm going to try that, but I'm not a real beer drinker, and I know it has beer in it, so, but we'll see. They made some drinks, and they was pouring all this extra liquor in it, yada, yada, yada. So the next scene was Tamar, Vince, and their crew goes to visit Benzino, you guys. So I've seen these t-shirts that says Benzino gave me crabs, but I didn't know what it was about. So apparently he has a crab restaurant in Atlanta, or I'm assuming it's in Atlanta, or is he from Virginia or somewhere? But whatever. Tamar, Vince, and their crew went to Benzino's crab spot, you guys. Benzino asked them to help him with a shirt logo, and his idea was, Benzino gave me crabs, or I got crabs from Benzino. So I thought that was actually kind of funny, but we'll see. They were just talking about Tamar's album, what she has coming up next, yada yada yada. She was eating a lot and she said she didn't want to eat no more, but then Vince ordered dessert. And she was like, what? So that was that. Oh, and she threw a little shade in there. She asked Benzino, oh, how long it take you to get this spot up? He was like, 1 month. And Tamar gonna say, oh, Trina should talk to him. And I was like, number one, that's shade, because clearly if he got a place up and running in 1 month, they're not building a kitchen from scratch like Trina seems to be. And then Trina's selling liquor, so she has more licenses. Well, I don't know if Benzino place sell liquor, but it didn't look like it. Or if it did, it was probably just wine and beer. So it's way more involved in an alcohol permitted place. So that was a little shade, but, I will agree that, Trina does need some type of checks and balances, if you will. So I kind of get it, but the fact that you bringing up your sister business to other people is shady. So that was it. And then the last scene was Trina and Jason, you guys. So they kind of talk about the fight basically, and they kind of made amends over just their disagreement on her talking to him kind of strongly and him learning to separate relationship from business. So Jason is the one who initiated this whole dinner, and he said he has something he want to give her. So unfortunately, they making us wait till next week, you guys. We don't know what it is. All we know is that he asked the waiter to bring the bag, and at first it looked like a gift bag. So you're like, oh, okay, it's not a wedding ring. But then he opens the bag, and it's a box in there. So it could be a ring in this little box. So we'll see, you guys. Is Jason ready to get married? Is Jason, I don't know, maybe it'll be the key to bar chicks. Maybe it'll be the permit. But considering their spat just yesterday or just recently, not that you can't have an argument and still get married, but I don't know, you guys. I think it's too soon for marriage for Trina, period. And then just with them as a couple where they are now, it seems a little bit earlier. Or too early. So, all right, you guys, that's it. That is the review for Braxton Family Values. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter at TammyB_, and you know what's up. Give me the thumbs up on this video. So, all right, you guys, see you next time. Bye.